Well, hello. Finally finished fucking editing that Blacktooth episode. God damn it, me and Seymour dumb, but I got as much of it as I could on that shit. It was fun to play with. It was like a real fun time. I love doing those episodes. I want them to get over here more so we can do more of them. Because they do take so goddamn long to edit. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I think we sound pretty good. I listened to about 10 minutes of it, and then I had the day off today, so I just kind of slept all fucking day. And now I'm gonna try and watch a movie at about midnight. Yeah. So I want to talk about the last film I watched a little bit. That film, Come and See, actually left me in a really weird headspace. But it was because it was a very well-made movie. I heard in film school, I forget which one of my professors said it, but I think it was one of my sophomore professors, this dude, Dr. Kevin Esch. I had him as a freshman, and then I took another class of his as a sophomore in second semester. That was just like, we were watching like experimental films one day, and he was like, yeah, the kind of the rudimentary purpose of filmmaking is not necessarily that like you're gonna tell a story or do kind of the same thing every time. Like those are facets of it, but the ultimate goal, I guess, for filmmaking is to like leave an impression, like leave you walking away with something, whether it be like positivity or like indulgence or anger or like just something. You should leave with something. And this the fucking Come and See definitely left an impression on me. That is a horrifying movie, and it really affected me for like the last couple of days. But then, and I don't mean to brag, but I like bragging. I've had quite the productive day, or a few days, I guess. So I worked the weekend, and then on Tuesday I drove up to Philly, and I played a poker tournament that I chopped for first place in. And we're gonna go by technicalities. I believe I won the last hand in play, so I believe that deserves a little $933 cash prize for the old taco that I proceeded to donk off this afternoon. I think I lost like $165 playing poker online today. But it's all good. It's all good. That was a fixed cost. I took almost $200 out the other day, and I was playing with company money right there. So you know what? Bafango. All right. Yeah, but that's pretty much what I've been having going on with me. So that kind of why I've been hiding, why I wanted to finish up editing Blacktooth. But yeah, now we're back to good films. We're watching movies that aren't necessarily like groundbreaking, but I this one I just wanted to watch for me. I don't know why. I was feeling particularly nostalgic. And the moment struck me, so I felt the urge to watch Waiting. We were talking about it at work the other day. There's this kid that works for us. His name is Connor. Shout out Connor. For whatever fucking reason at work, which is, is portrayed in Waiting, it's very accurate. You go like a little stir crazy, and you get slap happy, and like it's hot, and you're kind of bummed out. You have to be there, so you just kind of do shit to make each other laugh. It's an interesting dichotomy there. But it is a dichotomy. It's this weird brotherhood. It's like working on a pirate ship, as Anthony Bourdain once said. All that being said, there's Connor never saw. Oh, and by the way, we call him Chief Brody because for whatever reason Nick thinks he looks like what's his name from Jaws. Well, Chief Brody, I forget. Was it Roy Scheider? No, it's Robert Shaw's Quint. Yeah, I forget one of them. Anyway, so Chief Brody never saw Waiting. He never even heard of Waiting. And the other day, me and my boss were like, dude, you gotta see Waiting. It's so fucking accurate. We always would have the game. And I'm sure like in every kitchen they have the game where you play who's who in the fucking in the movie Who's Who, and it's like everybody's I want to be the girl, I'm a bitchy girl, and I'm Dane Cook. The only character that I outright agree with 100% is the dude that is the dishwasher. I believe the character's name is Bishop. He's the big dude. He's in Let's Go to Prison. I forget his fucking name, but he's a great, phenomenal actor. Guy's in like a lot of shit. But yeah, there's just something that's like, much like drummers, like musicians in general conduct themselves with this like air of like pompousness, like they're a little full of themselves. They walk around like they're better than you because they do something, and it's like, for whatever reason, drummers always are like the odd duckling in that kind of like crew with that disposition. They are, probably a little bit like that, but at the same time, they're a few eggs short of a dozen. If you catch my drift. So similar to that, dishwashers are like, the exact same way in the kitchen. Like, you got to be a little fucking kooky to be working in like a fucking kitchen to begin with. They're probably either a criminal or you have like you got a few too many Deweys or something. You got fired from your last job, so you're just kind of floating. For whatever reason you're back there, or you're a lifer like me. Like, I don't want to be a lifer, but I'm probably going to end up being a lifer. It fucking sucks. It sucks. Being a lifer in a kitchen is like a prison sentence, but it's like, unfortunately, I'm only good at like 4 fucking things, and podcasting ain't one of them. You know what? Fuck it. That was 2 for 2 today, baby. I'm going to give myself one more. I'm sure I'll fuck it up. I got, 3 minutes left? Yeah, I'll find a way to fuck this up and give myself one. But yeah. And yeah, we were just like, you're talking it up. Waiting's a good film. I like that it's just one day. It just perfectly encapsulates like one day at work. It reminds me of my days working in Raleigh a lot, like we would go to parties and shit and everything, but it was like mostly like we'd go directly from work to the bar, stay up all night fucking drinking, get up at like 6 a.m, go open, do it all over again, and be on like 3 hours of fucking sleep. And it's like, yo man, I almost got laid last night. I mean, it's like every fucking night doing that shit. It wears you out. It ages you horribly. It's not a lifestyle I recommend if you have like. I am not passionate about food whatsoever. I've worked my way up to sous chef, and it's really not like I've earned the title. Like, I couldn't go flex saying I'm a sous chef if I went to like a city or something like that, but I have earned it. I've earned the moniker. So if I was to be taking over the duties of that, I could probably assume a lot of the responsibility. Just show me what you want, I'll do it. That's kind of what sous chefs are there for. We're that membrane between the CDC, chef de cuisine, or the executive chef, and the rest of the underlings. And then you also got to kind of act like the membrane between your underlings and then the fucking people out front. In an ideal kitchen, you should be exclusively communicating with an expediter, both the inside expo and outside expo. But right now, I'm suing inside expoing, plating, and I guess broil and frying. So I'm doing fucking job of like 3 people basically. Not that it's a bad thing. I freak out. I spaz all the fucking time at work. I'm a loose fucking cannon back there. But yeah, I think I'm pretty good at what I fucking do. So hopefully this podcast takes off and I get a little bit of fucking YouTube money from it. Like, I don't think so. This is just a hobby. I want to keep playing poker. Hopefully I can fucking make some money playing poker so I don't have to go back to a real job. And I can continue watching as many movies about working in kitchens and feeling nostalgic that way. Yeah, so this is, here's one more thing about waiting that's kind of a fun thing. It's just a fun little fact, and I'll send it off. I like that if you've ever worked at a corporate place, they include the training video that they show at every fucking place. It's like, it does not matter where you work. It's that training video is the exact same fucking thing. And there's like something about it in this film where it's like, it's spot on. It is so fucking accurately nuanced to exactly what you saw. It's like my favorite fucking part of the film because it just stands out. And it just has me back to like my days working at Copper, working at Raising Cane's, and it's like it makes your skin crawl. But the fact that it's like portrayed in such a humorous light that it's fucking hilarious. So yeah, All right. I think that's enough. Without further ado, we are watching Waiting. Waiting. Fucking excellent movie. Let me give that a little bit of that right off the bat. Yeah, let the people enjoy for a sec. I don't really want to talk too much about this film like it's in the same esteem as some of the shit I watched. Like, the whole reason I did this was because I really like it. It's been a while since I've seen it. It still holds up, by the way. And like, I just watched a really depressing ass movie that I highly doubt anybody is even going to listen to the review of. So, let's just enjoy one. Let's have some fun with one. I really, really, really do love this movie. It's the most accurate depiction of working in a kitchen or a restaurant or whatever any fucking film ever has done and ever will do. It's perfect. It's like the perfect film if you've ever worked in a restaurant, or like if you even have eaten at a restaurant. I assure you that everything is accurate to this film to a certain extent. Like, there's a couple of things that it's fun that they explored that space, in the film. It's very highly I'm not gonna sit here and nitpick the logic of the film. Like, obviously you need characters, obviously you need drama, like obviously you need, like, to a certain extent, romance, like, to kind of make the story function. But especially like in this, where it's just complete and utter dysfunction, but like a well-oiled machine that is just dysfunctional. That's kind of the beauty of it, and I believe that this film encapsulates that perfectly. I don't know if I said it on the front end, but I think it was Anthony Bourdain said working in the kitchen's like working on a pirate ship. It's fucking insane, and it's like, just everybody's got a personality. Clearly I do. I'm an egotist of fucking the highest caliber. I'm sitting here talking to a fucking microphone by myself because I think I'm interesting, but really give myself the wrong button. Give myself that for that. But no, like, ultimately, like, everybody there, like, everybody in this fucking film has, like, personality. And it's not just, like, personality, like, oh, we're all our own distinct thing. It's like, oh, no, they kind of are just, like, people that, mildly like each other and hang out together, and they all work together. And it's just, like, that's where they bitch and argue. And then when they hang out, everything's kind of hunky-dory. And fucking accurate. It's fucking beautiful, and it's very masterfully crafted too. Like, you don't really need to know who's doing what or whatever. Like, it's kind of explicit at times. Like, Justin Long's character, and I don't think it's Anna Faris, it's the other blonde chick. Their characters are like kind of dating, kind of not, which is something that frequently happens. Luis Guzman and the waitress, or the bartender chick, are very openly dating, and like, that's against the rules, but they're doing it anyway. And then, like, everybody's hitting on the fucking hostess. It's funny. It's real how that fucking happens. It's kind of funny when I don't know. Like, it's just awkward, and it's like, I highly don't recommend dating your coworkers. It's really not a good idea. We all have those urges and like impulses, but like, really, it's, don't date your coworkers. It's fucking miserable. You're gonna have a bad time, believe me. But yeah, the kind of the double funny on that too is that like, it's highly discouraged by every place I've ever worked at, but there's not one place that has ever fucking enforced it. In fact, like, there was a place that told me I wasn't allowed to hang out with the head chef outside of work, and like, sure enough, like, within 2 months we were fucking ripping shots like at each other's house, and then like stumbling to the bar and closing it down, and then getting up for work at 6 a.m. And it's like, yeah, we're not even supposed to be seen together outside of work. And yeah, like, nobody fucking abides by these stupid rules. But it's kind of funny that they like that. Like, I think the best part of this is the story structure is very straightforward. It's like the opening to, rush to close of the restaurant, and the story just kind of follows that arc of this like rather typical mundane day. Really, I guess you could say the main character or protagonist in this film is Justin Long, because he's the only character that really grows. And it's not even grows in the sense that like he like matures. He just kind of like learns that he doesn't want to be thrust into a more permanent position when, you know, you kind of don't have to be locked in and committed to that shit. And that makes sense. Like it's actually like a very logical conclusion, but ultimately you don't really know, like, is it a good idea, is it a bad idea? Like, he clearly lives at the house, he's got to pay rent, you know, or whatever. It's just kind of one of those things where it's like, he's young, he'll fucking bounce back, like, let him go. You just kind of like, he grew, but he grew in an immature way, and I respect that. Everybody else is completely static, and it's fucking hilarious, because that's really what it is. It's just people that work at restaurants. It's like we're just all in a state of arrested development. We're all in our like I'm in my 30s. My boss, I think, is in her 40s. You know, I got no fucking idea. Like, we're all juveniles, though. We all felt like the new game at work has been ask the expo kid trivia questions and then feed him too much. And then it was fun. Like, he's actually a pretty smart young man. He just felt fucking dumb as shit because he's trying to impress all of us. He's trying to, like, pull that machismo shit off. I fucking kicked his ass in arm wrestling. He won't shut up about how he thinks he won. Fucking slam that motherfucker. But where are we at? Oh yeah, we got time. We got plenty of time on this. So the story arc, like I said, it just follows like one rather mundane, typical day in a restaurant, and I do like that because you do get to kind of see it has a built-in sense of tension because there's always this backdrop of it being busy, but like the different facets of busy are kind of what dictate like how much time you get to like understand and explore the characters. So in the beginning, when it's slow, you have the opportunity to kind of get to know these guys. And then in the middle of the day, they're all taking orders and everybody's kind of like palling around, like doing this. You got odds and ends that you need to do. It's called side work, and you know, in the kitchen is prep. So like, yeah, there's a lot you gotta account for, but that like lull but like mild energy is kind of like where it builds, and then it culminates in this like big like Spartacus speech from Cochran. What's his name? David Cochran? Yeah, David Cochran, I think. I always confuse him and Rob Corddry. No, David Keckner. Keckner, that's his name. Fuck yeah, I can't believe I remember that. But yeah, David Keckner. Yeah, like his character gives this like Spartacus speech, and it's like no shift manager in the history of anywhere has ever fucking done that. Usually, if you're doing well, your boss is kind of just like, "Hey, what's up?" And if you're doing shitty, your boss is like, "Yo, what the fuck did you do this for?" Like, I've never worked. I've tried to give one of those like speeches. Like, one of the fucking chefs quit one time, and I had to take everybody out back and be like, "Hey, look, we're all gonna be fucked." Like, nobody quit until you absolutely have to, and sure enough, nobody did. But it was like, it was not fun. That was not a fun summer. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I'm getting into the personal shit about this. I'm supposed to be talking about fucking this amazing ass movie. Fucking instead of like it's just accurate. It just evokes shit in me. I think that's the sign of an effective movie, is when it hits home to the point where I can't shut up about myself and it's still somehow relevant to the movie. I do like the use of characters too. I was just watching that movie a couple episodes ago, Six Underground. Fantastic movie. Not a fucking bad movie whatsoever. I really enjoyed it. And like I said, when you have Ryan Reynolds in something, it's kind of built in that you're going to be watching something that has, a bit of an air of sarcasm. And it's very over the top in this, but it's like, it's deliberate, but it's played straight. And I like that. And actually, like, Ryan Reynolds does that perfect job. It's kind of like walking like, am I being serious or am I being funny? And it's like, he does a good job in this film. I think it's like one of his the most polished examples of him in that role. Justin Long as well, because Justin Long plays like a kind of like high-strung, like too smart for the job but too lazy to do anything else. And like, we all know people like that. I'm one of those people. I probably could be doing something, making like $100K a year using this big old brain on me, but instead I'm fucking talking into a microphone in an empty room and watching movies I've seen 50 times for absolutely no money other than pure gratification and self like stroking of the old ego. But yeah, I like that. He's the only one that changes too. He figures shit out about himself. So like, that qualifies as a character arc. See what the fuck else is there? I guess what's your fucking name? Anna Faris. Anna Faris's character is great in this movie. She's just like everybody knows a snarky fucking waitress. There's yeah, I guess like because I've seen it so many times, like the language and like the like they are pretty vulgar, but like if you no matter where you work, people like if you work in the kitchen, there's this like understanding that like once everybody's like swung together a few times, you guys have like gotten through a couple of shifts. It's like you can call each other like what the fuck ever you want as long as it's you know like within the boundaries of good taste. Like you can even get away with making like off color jokes and like you know shit like that depending on who you're working with. But like yeah, this film like does a pretty good job. It's a little bit cliche, but it might not be cliche to people that don't work in the industry. So I'm not going to give it that. Like you know, I think it's very honest the source material of what it is, which is just like working at a chain restaurant for a fucking really busy night. So yeah, I got to like 10 minutes. I'm happy with doing 10. Like I don't got much to say about this other than I wanted to watch something with a little levity. Like if you've never seen this movie, it will make you laugh your fucking balls off. It is the funniest fucking movie about working in a restaurant. Yeah, I ain't got much more to say about it than that. Thank you for listening and enjoy the new Blacktooth. I just posted it yesterday, so I hope that if you get a chance, listen to that shit. I'm gonna see if I have anything I could tack onto there. I might tack on. There's yeah, maybe I'll add something to the end of this. Maybe not. Who fucking knows? Thank you. Good night.